Hello everyone, I wanted to talk about a pure fire sorceress build with the exception of teleport. So I'm going to explain the skills first and then come back and go through on how you should probably level it. So Firebolt, only fire skill in the basic. Max that out. Enhanced Firebolt up to Glinting Firebolt for increased burning damage if you critical strike, but you're attacking. Then down to core. Got Fireball. It's better than Incinerate in my opinion because the enchantment effect, and if we can level up that enchantment effect, that'd be more AoE damage. Then for it, hopefully these also get affected by the enchantment effect. But Fireball's explosions critical strike damage is increased by 10%. Each enemy it hits increases this bonus by 5% up to 25% total. So if I'm reading that correctly, I think it's the 25% plus the 10%, which is 35%. But it might just be 25% total, I don't know. But we come down to defensive. We got Flame Shield. And then Enhanced Flame Shield for movement speed. This will actually tie into a unique Esu's Heirloom. Your critical strike chance is increased by 10 or 15 to 25% of your movement speed bonus. So that will increase our damage with this. And that's just like another health potion. And the enchantment effect on this, if we want to, you can have it automatically activate for you. And we got teleport because it's teleport, you can move fast. Glass cannon, do more damage. Alright, so coming down to conjuration, you go into Hydra. This is going to be our most damaging skill. Going up to Enhance Hydra. All healthy, you gain one additional head, which increases your damage. Then Summon Hydra over Invoked Hydra. I think Summon Hydra will be better for our build specifically because we will be doing Burning Instinct. Your burning damage is increased by 40% of your critical strike damage, further increased by 5% for every 20 intelligence you have. So stacking intelligence and critical strike damage will be increasing our burning damage, which will then be applying to this burning damage. Hopefully. That's the idea anyway. Coming down. More lucky hit chance. Damage reduction against elites. Life when you use a cooldown, which will tie into teleport, because it's a cooldown plus after a teleport you gain 3% damage reduction for 5 seconds, and while you do a cooldown you get a barrier for 5 seconds, so that's pretty nice. Going down here, more fire damage. You deal 30% increased critical strike damage against burning enemies if they are immobilized. It increases to 75%, and then this will be immobilizing them for us. Your pyromancy skills have 15% chance to immobilize for enemies for 2 seconds, and then doubled if they're healthy, or if you are healthy. Go down to ultimate. Inferno, just tap an ultimate. Then Prime Inferno. That's just to help with mob clear, pull the enemies toward you. And the Supreme Inferno, that's useless. We're going to be getting mana anyway. Down, we got Fiery Surge. And this Pyre and Warmth, I just put 1 point into all of these. They're really not that great. So maybe when the game releases, these 3 points can be put into something else. Maybe like Elemental Attunement to reduce cooldowns. That'll help with teleport, but I don't really know about these. I just have them there for now. Probably change them when the game releases. Coming down to the key passives, we got Esu's Ferocity and Combustion. So depending how combustion works, let's say the Hydra shoots out 3 fireballs. If each of those fireballs counts as a unique source of burning, then this could be really good. But if it's just like all damage from Hydra is just a unique source, all damage from Firebolt is a unique source, or Fireball, then this combustion probably isn't that great. And in that case, we'd be choosing Esu's Ferocity for that crit damage and the crit strike chance. So, with all this, going into the Paragon board, you start here, going up, get that glyph socket, and keep going up to the attachment gate. And then from there, you like flip it around to do whatever, then have it come out this way. You go up to get this Burning Instinct. Your burning damage is increased by 40% of your critical strike damage. So we want to stack critical strike damage and further increase by 5% for every 20 intelligence you have. So we want to stack intelligence. So I think this build could potentially become really strong. You have like a good socket, and then from what I know from the D4 updates, the blogs, the glyph sockets increase all these nodes by a lot, so you can have lots of intelligence with those. And then this is probably subject to change when the game releases, but the most ones, you just basically want Searing Heat. This is the start, and then Burning Instinct, and also Enchantment Master for the Glyph Socket Plus. This Enchantment Master, your enchantments are 20% stronger. So, like this Fireball effect. Enchantment, when you kill an enemy, they explode in a fireball for 50% of its damage. That would be stronger. Plus, depending how great this scales later in the in-game, this could be huge. Direct damage from skills, so that's any skill you're using that could be applied to Hydra. Up to an additional 32.8% burning damage over 8 seconds. So it's the burning damage of Firebolt. So that's why we max out Firebolt, to get more damage for that enchantment effect. Hopefully that works well in the end game. So now I'll talk about some aspects that are decent. This is just a few aspects that we know. There's going to be way more when the game releases, so this could change. But I don't know, having an extra Hydra, that's probably not going to change. Serpentine aspect. Esu's Heirloom, more crit strike chance. That's probably going to be 2. These are probably going to stay, even with the new ones that we find out. This is for some armor. This is for some damage reduction. Exploiters, this is probably going to stay too, because 50% increased damage to unstoppable enemies. That's just 50% increased damage to bosses. That seems pretty nice. Then Harlequin Crest, this is probably going to stay as well, because +2 ranks to all skills. This is probably the best in slot game, or best in slot helmet for any class. That's just insane. An aspect of the Umbral. Some resource regeneration for every time you crowd control an enemy. So over here, this would be crowd controlling enemies for us. It seems pretty nice. And now, calculator. How should we level this thing? To start off, boom, firebolt, enhanced firebolt. Pop in some fireballs. Hold on. Fireball. That, so that we, some more fireball. Teleport. Go back. Fireball. Fireball. I want to keep max that out, and then you can get this back from Firebolt, max out, or get the Hydra, get that, and then to that one, and then you max out Hydra. Then coming back from here, depending what you need, you can honestly go any direction to just max it out. You might want more damage, so you could start. I'll probably start put 1 point into all of these, and then maybe max out this. From here, you can get your ultimate. Max out these just for the effects, or just 1 point of those for the effects. So you can unlock your key passive. So you'd come back, navigate Flame Shield. And then let's get some lucky hit chance. Now that your key passive is unlocked, depending on which one is better, you choose that one. Then from here, you can go back, put points in. I mean, now you have enough damage, so now you need the more survivability. Put some points in. Doesn't matter too much, just depending on what you need during your leveling process. You put some more into that. Max out teleport for the cooldown. Okay, what am I missing? Didn't max out firebolt. Then the 2 points to flame shield. So this is the build that I'm gonna be trying out when the game releases. Hopefully it's good. Some of this is probably going to change. These passives and legendary aspects for sure. But this is just the general idea. Basically stacking intelligence and crit strike for increased burning damage. So yeah. Thanks for watching.